Well, hello, folks, and I appreciate you being here. We are in Georgiana, Alabama, at the Hank Williams Sr. Boyhood Home and Museum. Now, Hank Williams was born in nearby Mount Olive, but he spent some very important years here in Georgiana. Moving here at the age of 7, Hank Williams would first learn to play the guitar and would try his hand at singing the blues. The fan club house here across the street from the museum has regular jam sessions. Their biggest event of the year, and the biggest event really for the town of Georgiana, is a festival in June that honors Hank Williams. It goes from Thursday all the way through the weekend and brings in a ton of tourism. Now, the original house that Hank Williams and his family would reside in unfortunately burned down, but Thaddeus Rose, a local land developer and real estate owner, would offer this home to the Williams family free of charge, no rent, until they could get back on their feet. They would live here for 3 years, and the significance of this boyhood home is it's the only one that still remains that Hank Williams was in before he found fame. Really quite amazing when you think about the fact that Hank Williams passed away at just 29 years of age, but the town of Georgiana and still the fans around the world keep his legacy alive. As you walk into the museum, you're greeted by the staff, many of whom have been here since 1994, and just a wealth of information. You can sit here and talk all day and learn the ins and outs of not only Hank Williams and his legacy, but of the entire Williams family as well. Now, it's understood that Hank Williams, at around the age of 16, really started performing professionally, what we would consider. But the very first time that he ever performed was at the age of 4, 1927, standing on this piano bench at the Mount Olive West Baptist Church. Pretty amazing what Hank Williams was able to accomplish in his short life, and really a relatively short career, 5 to 6 years. He had 55 singles in the top 10. He had 12 number one hits. Really only did 2 studio albums, but had sales of 11 million in his short lifetime. You can even take you a brick home if you would so choose. I believe the bricks are $5. From the original Thaddeus Rose home. It can be yours. And now we see dishes that were actually owned by Hank Williams and his first wife, Audie Mae Shepherd. She is the mother of Randall Williams, which we know is Hank Williams Jr. And in his last year of his life, 52 to 53, Hank Williams was married to Billie Jean Jones. After Hank's death, she would go on to marry country singer Johnny Horton. And Miss Horton is still alive to this day, 92 years old. There are 5 original floors in this house that would have been here at the time Hank lived here. He and his family lived here from 1931 to 1934. Much of the kitchen looking exactly as it would have then. Lots of memorabilia from the yearly salute to Hank Williams that is had here. Many a country singer has been here to pay their respects to the king of country music. Now we see a very cool display: accordion, hat, personal memorabilia, and items donated by Pee Wee Moultrie, who was Hank Williams' accordion player. Now, Native American steel guitarist Pappy Neil McCormick, a legend. He was a band leader primarily in Alabama and Florida. He was also elected principal chief east of the Mississippi for the Creek Indian tribe. This Gibson guitar also belonged to Pappy McCormick, but that's only half the story. It was played by Hank Williams when he visited Pappy in Florida. It was also played by Elvis Presley before a show. So much Hank Williams memorabilia for him, his family, so much country music memorabilia in general. This is a bathroom that is not currently operational, but that is the original tub that would have been utilized by the Williams family. As we can see, one of the original floors to the house. Lots of Hank memorabilia here on the wall, including a picture of him holding a very young Randall Williams. Again, of course, we know him best as Hank Williams Jr. or Bo Cephas. And in the main bedroom, we see an amazing Hank Williams quilt. Really cool. And these curtains were donated by Hank's sister. Of course, a very important part of, at the time, Hiram's history, not calling himself Hank yet, but a Hiram Williams at the age of 8 would get a guitar from his mother. She bought it for him for $3.50. Rufus Payne, a Blackstreet performer, would become a very important part of his legacy, teaching him to play and sing the blues. We see a copy of his death certificate here, dying in 1953 of what would later be described a heart attack. A notice about Thigpen's Dance Hall, one of the places where Hank would get his early start in playing country music. One of the questions that's often asked about Hank Williams Sr. was, did he know wealth in his lifetime? Oh, he absolutely did. Now, obviously, the estate since then has made many tens of millions of dollars. I would have to think approaching 100, if not more than that, at this point. But still to this day, his estate produces millions of dollars a year. So much memorabilia of Hank in Nashville. Of course, the Grand Ole Opry, him being synonymous with those early days, him and Minnie Pearl and countless others. Memorabilia from Thigpen's Dance Hall is here. We think this Native American carving might be from that because it's next to some other items such as the doorknob from the place. Lots of items belonging directly to Hank Williams here, including one of his original outfits and one of his earliest guitars as well. Various Hank memorabilia, including a license plate, again, the guitar that was mentioned. Now, this is an original studio light from Shreveport, Louisiana, where Hank Williams Jr. happened to be born. This was from the Louisiana Hayride. That was one of the big early events that Hank Williams did. He, of course, was the star attraction. Original hat and suit owned by Hank Williams, donated to the museum. I think that is so cool when collectors, family will donate things so that fans can continue to enjoy them. Fans from all around the world, some of the most famous from Australia that come here quite often for the celebration each year. So if you get a chance to come to Georgiana, maybe you're on your way to or from Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, highly recommend it. Come in here, sit a spell, and if they're playing music like they were today, come check it out. And there's more to Georgiana, Alabama than just the Boyhood Home and Museum of Hank Williams, though that's a huge part of it, a huge part of the identity of the town. There's also the original theater in the downtown where Hank Williams played. Georgiana is a railroad town, lots of history, lots of great people. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Have a great day.